want to talk about adapting to the new consciousness. So again, the new consciousness is coming in. Many of you are starting to see it. Many don't believe it. Although, in the news, you kind of hear about it. It was interesting. There was a lot of, was it earthquakes or volcanic action, right? And the news headline said that, um, um, another volcano has hit, but it doesn't mean that it's not Armageddon. It doesn't mean that it's not like the end of time, but they said it in a way that it's kind of like a biblical thing. So they were just like, people are starting to awaken. They're starting to awaken that things are changing, and the news media and so on like that. You see more and more of that. X is happening in nature, but that doesn't mean anything. It's just like natural occurrences, or Y is happening in nature and so on like that. Whatever it might be, again, transformation, weather patterns, and so on like that. But again, it doesn't mean anything for you. So you just go do what you're going to do. And then we'll take care of it for you. Basically, that's what we're saying. So basically, they're telling you not to trust your instincts, but don't believe in that. Okay, trust your instincts. That's what it's for. You can't trust anybody else or anything else, by the way. So that's what's happening. We're adapting to the new consciousness, and it's not just us. It's not just us. Again, political systems, or all that bullshit that we that takes most of our time. That literally is a facade, or a magic trick, basically, right? On, say, they got one hand, you've got you're busy looking at this hand, while they're doing something with this hand over here. Basically, that's what it is. That's what this reality, you'll start to soon see. That's what they're doing in the news media and so on like that. They've always done it, but you become aware of how they're doing it, because again, they can't hide the truth anymore. So basically you're standing above that, right? You're having a further view, because it's kind of like this screen here, right? Basically it's this hand, but then this hand is out of the screen. So what do? You just focus on this hand, right? So that's the whole world. Leaders, whether religious leaders, business leaders, or any other type of leaders, they literally like focus on this hand. Don't worry about what we're doing backstage. Okay. So in the new paradigm, what's happening is like both hands will be revealed to you, and then that's where you start to awaken. Okay. For those who choose to awaken, by the way, so you get free will back. So adapting to the new consciousness is, again, not about political parties, belief systems, or anything like that, because all that shit gets thrown out the window. You'll soon see that a lot of things will be happening. A lot of people will be questioning everything. Okay, religions, political systems, your relationships, everything will be questioned for you. So you want to not hold on to your old belief systems, because that's not going to work. Holding on to something that hasn't worked in the past is not going to work in the future for you, for sure. Right. So think of it this way: as you adapt into the new consciousness, if you're holding on to, say, a lead weight, and you think that's going to save your ass, in the water, and you're carrying that along, and you're barely floating, and then what you do is, well, you hold on to that lead weight, and it gets heavier for you, and you're in water, and you're treading water. Doesn't make a lot of sense, right? It's not going to support you. Just like that example we gave on this 18-day hyper meditation, it won't support you. Your old knowledge, your old ways of balancing or harmonizing yourself, your negativities, your whatever it is, that you're supporting, or your vision, your identity, and that is like abuse patterns, right? Your abuse patterns support you. That's your self-image that you've had. That's why I say you always create abuse patterns, or whatever else. Again, success patterns, right? Success doesn't support you, by the way. Most people are finding out that, for example, success in this paradigm is that you always have to be treading water, right? You always, like you create one success and then basically you drown on that, right? It gets heavier for you and you drown. So what do? Well, it's like, well, I'll create another business. I'll create more money. I'll create whatever, more success, right? Or if it's a relationship, well, this relationship is drowning you. I'll jump onto the next relationship. Again, it's about you letting go of the pattern that led weight. So that's about adapting to the new consciousness. Again, what is it going to take for you to harmonize or balance yourself without any of that stuff? The only thing you can harmonize or balance or learn how to adapt fluidly is adapting to, say, staying in space and time. That's it. Not your identity, not who you are or anything like that. But once you have a solid, again, a foundation within you, then everything else works a lot better. Money, success. I'm not saying you do without success. So don't get me wrong. Success comes in the proper way for you. Okay.